Uh, gonna sit here and we're gonna unbox this damn motor that I finally got. Let me take you back through the long 2 weeks waiting on this thing. So, as you know, long-term project of mine is my compressor here. That's a long-term project. Uh, Finished this one up here a couple of weeks ago. This one here, I bought a motor from off Facebook Marketplace. It keeps blowing the capacitor. So I say, okay, went in there in the back of it, checked it out, made sure that the centrifugal clutch was working and all that. All that's working, but it's still blowing the capacitor, which means that the centrifugal clutch is not working right because what it's doing is keeping the start capacitor into the circuit. That's what it's doing. So enough about that. This motor here, it's supposed to be in a used 5 horsepower 7/8 shaft uh, compressor motor. The only thing supposed to be wrong with it was that it was supposed to have a little damage to the front, something you could straighten out. But as you can see, that's not the issue. It's not the issue. If you were here, what you would see from the motor is that the motor's burned up. The motor's burned up. It's burned up. Now the seller said that the seller listed the motor as as being used, and that it only had a bent shaft on it. But that's not the damn case. It said that they had a bent plate on it, the mounting plate. Everything was supposed to be good. Not the damn case. I hooked the motor up, hooked it up and everything to my compressor, and tried to turn the motor on. Shit, it wouldn't do anything. It wouldn't do nothing. So I ended up wouldn't do nothing. So I had bought another capacitor for this. I bought another capacitor for this 5 horsepower GOO motor, and it takes a start capacitor that is you can see it here. It takes a start capacitor that's 216 to 259 microfarads. Well, it'll start up and run, but once it gets started running, because the circuit's staying in on it right here, because this, for some reason, this thing here is staying engaged, and it shouldn't. It should come, when this thing starts, this here, when it starts up, this centrifugal clutch here is supposed to go all the way in. It's supposed to go in. When it goes in, that's supposed to take this, the start circuit out of the run circuit, and it won't blow it, but it's not. It's staying engaged in there. It's staying engaged in there. That's crazy. But anyway, this is the box that they sent me a week before last. Supposed to have a motor in there. Supposed to have that motor in there. Well, that motor wasn't in there. The box showed up empty. Showed up empty. Nothing in it. So I waited and talked to the seller, and they were real good on their correspondence and everything. And they sent the motor to me. Well, I don't know if they made a mistake when they first sent it out, that the motor wasn't in the box, whatever. But as you can see, I'll show you that now, that the motor wasn't even in the damn box. It wasn't in there at all. It was nothing in the box. There's the shipping label, but look here. It was nothing inside of the box. The box is empty. Look how I can pick it up. That motor weighs a good 40 pounds. So I couldn't even get it. They got it back to me and everything. And I'm gonna have to send it back because the motor's not working. I'm going to send the motor back because it was listed as being, the motor was listed as being, the only thing wrong with it was the mounting bracket on it was a little tweaked. Didn't say anything about the motor was bad. So I'm gonna have to send it back. I'm gonna have to send the motor back and get another motor. this really sucks because I'm trying to get all my projects here straightened out so that I could go ahead on and move on to the next thing. Oh, and by the way, the little generator I picked up along with the mini bike works perfect. Used it this morning on the compressor, works like a champ. Uh, as far as the mini bike going, I'm tapping the shaft because these older Briggs and Stratton motors are not tapped like the newer motors where you can put a retaining bolt on there. So that's what I'm doing with that right there. Getting out the way so that I can put this clutch, so I can reinstall the clutch. And I also finally got the right tap for the here. It's a metric, a metric tap where I can also put put a couple of lock set screws in here. I had to clean those threads up. I can put a couple of set screws in there, and the clutch goes on like this, goes on this way here. Put a couple of set screws on there, and I could also put a bolt at the end of the shaft that are double secured on there. Otherwise, that is doing okay, running good. But let me get out here and get going. Just wanted to let you all know that be careful when you buy stuff. This is the first time that I've ever bought something off of eBay that was misrepresented, that it said one thing and it was more than what it was. I opened the box up this morning. It don't have smell-o-vision on the camera, but when I opened up this morning, you could smell that the motor had been overheated and the motor was bad. So I tell you, man, back to the drawing board. But that's what it is, and I will give it to you all whenever I get one back in here, and we'll get it finished up. As always, subscribe, like, share, comment. Hope this video helps somebody out. I'm going to continue to buy things off of eBay and off of Amazon like I always do. Sometimes it's just buyer's luck that sometimes you get something and it's it's not what it's represented to be. But the good thing about both of the platforms are you can get a refund, but you know, man, it's just crazy to have got a part and waited on it, didn't get it, then they shipped the part out, and for you to get it and for it to be the part to be bad. I mean, because if you look inside that motor, you can see that the start winders on that motor is burnt up. They're not that shiny copper look. They are burnt to hell up. So it's gonna have to go back. There's nothing I could do with it, and that's just what that is. You all have a great day. Get out there and do something, and I'll get at you on the next one.